What's going on, everybody? It's your boy RTY here, and today I'm here to bring you guys another video. And in today's video, we are going to be covering Dragon Ball Fusion World, and we're going to be covering Cooler, who I think is probably the best yellow leader. I think he just inches it out barely. Very strong. I think yellow is just a very strong color. Has a good matchup against green, which if you guys have played one day of Dragon Ball Fusion World Digital Client, you know that having a green matchup is very important. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting things off, this list is very straightforward. We have 4 of the 1-drop Zarbon. This just searches for anything with Frieza in its name, which we have a lot of hits. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-drop Friezas in this deck, so the chances of it hitting are pretty high, but it does whiff from some time to time. After that, we just have this 1 of 1-drop. This card should be a Supernova, but, you know, missing some cards in the digital client, unfortunately. But even as a one of, it's not bad. You don't hate to see it if you are missing one of your 2-drops to combo off of Raccoon with. But yeah, you would like to see it. But in case not, it's also just a 5k counter. Got 4 of Sorbet, just your traditional 1-drop draw one. Very good card. And then we have 2 of the 1-drop Frieza. This card is a 10k counter more than likely, but also it's just there for emergency situations. If your opponent like plays a 4-drop or something and you need to tap it down for Supernova, that's just kind of the combo that works there. We have 4 of the 2-drop Ginyu. This card is vital to the game plan, and you need to see it off of Raccoon. So that way you can just go super wide. After that, we have 2 of Knees. This card's okay. I see a lot of lists early running 4 of. I don't like it as a 4 of because the self-awakening effect is mandatory. And there's sometimes late game where you want to play a blocker, but you don't want to have to take the life. And that's where the 2-drop Zarbon comes in, right? And that's why we're running a 4 of Zarbon and 2 of the Knees. Same card, essentially, right? 2 costs, 20k blocker, but the add effect, add up to, is present in the 2-drop Zarbon. So other than that, we also have 2 of the 20k, or 2 of the 2 cost 20k birder. And this is the combo tool, so just a 2-drop 20k, very well stat at 10k counter as well. Just a good card, like it at 2. But it's still, as good as it is as part of the combo, it's not as good as this card here, which is probably the best 2-drop in the game, the 2-drop Frieza, which says when attacking, add up to 1 life to hand, so Self-Awakener, and then you get to rest an opponent's battle card 2 or less. So very strong, deals with combo tools as well. Probably the best 2-drop in the game. Continuing on, we got 4 of the Raccoon. This is the most important card, I think, in this deck. I've seen lists that don't run the Ginyu package, and that's probably okay. I'm sure the deck works without it, but I think the deck really excels with this because you can go, turn 1 you play your Sorbet or you play your Zarbon. Turn 2 you play a 2-drop Zarbon or a Knees, and then turn 3 you go Raccoon, Ginyu into Frieza is kind of like optimal how you want to see it, but you can also go Raccoon, Ginyu, Barter, Raccoon, Ginyu, Zarbon, or any of your 2-drops really. You're awakening probably off of that, and then you're also just so wide on the board that it's really hard for your opponents to deal with. So after that, we have 3-drop Frieza, which is essentially if I don't see Barter or if I don't see Raccoon, I want to see Frieza. Very well static card, 3 costs, 25k swing with 10k counter. So just fits right in. Also is just searchable off of our Zarbon. It helps make the deck more consistent. 4 of Cooler. This is a card that you definitely want to see, but if I had 2 more Supernovas, I would cut a Cooler down for a Supernova, just because we want to be cautious on how many 0k counters we're running in the deck. And I think 6 is sitting at that fine line. I think that's where you want to be, which is fine, but there are times with this deck where you either win by turn 5 or lose on turn 6. And drawing into a Cooler where you just need 5k or 10k more counter just always feels bad. So still a good card though. Carries the deck, essential for the deck. When attacking, you get to rest a card, and then if it's a 2-drop or if it's 2 cost or less, you get to KO it, and you can restand this card offensively on your turn or defensively on your opponent's turn. Which if they have a wide board, they swing, you block, and you rest another attack. So very very good card is this Cooler. And then we got the 4-drop Frieza. I mean, of course, swing 40k on turn 4, restand, swing 40k again. You're likely winning by the time you play this card. If not that turn, then definitely the turn after. And ensure that you also have 5-drop Frieza, which is our double strike. Like I said, you see this card to just finish games where 4-drop can't do it. Yeah, and then we're just running 4 of our super combo and then 2 supernova. This card is insane. Like I said, should always automatically be a 4 of. This just single-handedly wins you matchups sometimes, like red for instance. Like everything they want to play, sub the 5-cost Goku, just gets tapped down, and they're suddenly losing their aggro presence because you're building a wider board and keeping their cards tapped down and swinging wider with this. So very good card. So without further ado, though, let's hop into some example gameplay, show you guys what this deck really, truly can do. It is a very, very good deck, and as you can see, I've been kind of streaking with it a little bit. So a little profile, and then we can view replays using, oops, not your profile, sorry, dog, don't mean to throw you down like that. Replay playback, so here we go. Just skipping, and we have the Gohan matchup, which, like I said, you're going to be seeing Gohan, and you're going to be seeing Broly a lot more. Truly, you want to see Broly more than, or Gohan more than you want to see Broly. Both matchups are doable, but Gohan is just a lot easier, and it's definitely just due to that 5K, right? We don't have to combo up our cards to swing at him, but you know, it's still very good. So we start things off. We're going second. We get the crit, and just automatically you just have card advantage. You play the Sorbet and you draw a card. So the card advantage is just instantly real with this deck, and that's how it is playing most crit leaders. He's going to swing. We're going to, of course, take. We're missing pieces of the combo, so we're just going to take from life here. Hope we draw into it, and we do. We get the 2-cost Ginyu. And then he's going to play a Trunks, which can't swing in a leader, but is good for dealing with our board. So we're going to go to 3 energy this turn, and I think we're going to elect to use it, right? You don't have to use it here, but I think this was a good play. We're going to swing 20k, force a card out of him, which is always great. You love to see it. So he's at 4 at hand. And yeah, we're just going to spin the marker and just go super wide on board on our second turn. So Raccoon into Ginyu. And then you get to restand 2 energy. And then we're just going to play this Frieza as well. Raccoon also a Self-Awakener, so it helps us draw cards into our hand. We're going to swing into life, and we're going to tap down this Trunks so that it can't be used as a combo tool, which is one of like the main strategies when you're playing this 2-cost Trunks. You're like, okay, if I never get to swing on board with it, which is its main purpose there, then I'm going to use it to combo out. But we're not going to give him that opportunity. And with only 5 cards in hand, we're feeling pretty confident swinging 25 at it, and we do get it, which is going to just allow for another 20k swing at lead. So on our second turn already, we have a board established. We have our opponent down to 5 life. And we know for green what their 3 energy turn is too, right? We know that this is their ramp turn. And if they're not ramping here, then they're missing a turn. Then, you know, they're hurting themselves. He's going to charge the androids, which we love to see them charging the 6-cost androids as well. Because if it ever does make it to that 6 energy turn, that is definitely an answer to our board. So I'm going to swing and ramp and not play a card. And yeah, so I'm going to awaken and then attack. You can always swing the critical, but my thought process here is I'm going to go for the draw, because if I see another 2-cost Ginyu, I get to play another 3 cards on the board, just overwhelming my opponent. Like, I would single-handedly, if I drew into another Ginyu there, I'm pretty sure I just won the game, because you would go Raccoon, Ginyu, and another Frieza. But we didn't draw into the Ginyu, so instead we're just going to go ahead and start swinging our board, everything on our board, right? We're going to either force hits or we're going to force cards out of hand for our opponent. There we go to 20. And he takes. We love to see him take. Honestly, if I was your opponent, you want to stay at 4. Going to 3 against this deck is very scary, just because, like I said, next turn, I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4 swings already. And, yeah, I mean, I have 4 swings this turn, right? I see him take that life. I'm just going to apply pressure again. I'm going to instantly discard a card, restand my Frieza, and swing 20k at him again. He does not counter out. So we're just going to play another Frieza and swing 20k again. And he's going to have to give me another card. He gives me a Gigantic Meteor, which is great. You'd love to see him give you a Gigantic Meteor early, because that just means your lethal turn is that much better. So he goes to his 5 energy turn, which is good for us. He's going to swing 20 at one of my 20s. We're obviously going to combo and just protect our board. That's definitely one thing that's very important with this deck is you want to protect your board state at all costs. So, and what I'm saying by protecting my board here is I'm saying I know you're going to play Turles or you're going to play Son Goku. Your only answer is to play Vegeta to deal with one card. And if you play Vegeta, you still have to discard a card. So it's essentially like a 2-for-1, you know, in some sense. But, you know, none of that matters here. He's just going to play the Turles swing. I'm going to super combo, protect my board. And now I have 4, 5, 6, 7 swings this turn. So we're just going to go ahead and charge. We charged a Cooler here because we think we have lethal, pretty sure. So we're just going to start swinging everything. And if at any point we know we get him to 1 life, we're just going to go so lethal it hurts. So swinging another 20k, he gives me a super combo. Swinging another 20k. What do we get off of this one? Another super combo. He does have 1 energy up, but like, you know, what is that going to do? Swing another 20k. At this point, I feel like I can go for lethal, so I'm going to take a life just to make my combo hit that much more, and he lets it go. That tells me I win this game. So I'm going to swing another 20k and take another life, and he is super bricked up in hand is what I'm guessing if he's using leader effect on a 20k swing. Just makes our 4 cost Frieza, and we're just going to swing 40 twice at him, and it's not even matter. We're not even going to get there. We're going to swing 40 and then combo out on the last hit. Swing 40, let's see, 45, 50, 55, 60, 75. We saw 2 super combos already out of him. The chances of him having 2 super combos out of that would have been very low. So, yeah, guys, that's the deck. That's how it works. It's very strong. It's very fast, and it's very good. So, I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of content. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.